Alright everybody, thanks for coming back one more week, and then we are finally going to start tackling the terminology and teaching you guys patterns, helping you make sense of what you see. But first, I want to go over 3 basic turns that I'm going to reference throughout the rest of the class, because I really pressure people to take up more space and engage their body more to really feel the effects of everything. It's more interesting as a presentation, as a performance, but also just in terms of increasing mobility and freedom of motion, etc. So the first turn that we're going to do is called a paddle turn. We are going to leave one foot planted and step around it twice, doing a 180 and a 360. And the first thing we're going to do is make sure we've got our knees bent, and we're going to get on the ball of our foot and cock it so that it's kind of prepped. This is going to take a lot of torque off of your knee and hip, and we're going to lead all of these turns from the chest and torso and not from anywhere else, from this general area. So I'm going to step around, turn my foot, and step around again. And then I can plant and do it the other way. Step, turn, step, plant. So that's the paddle turn. Next we have the pirouette, which is basically doing a paddle turn with sort of oomph, right? So I'm going to do the exact same start, get on the ball of my foot, bend my knees, cock my leg, and I'm from the chest and torso going to create enough force with a swinging of my other leg to do a spin. And this just takes a little bit of practice. I'm also going to attempt to poorly spot. So that means that I'm going to keep a point in mind, do my turn, and try to keep my head there, and then come back to it. This prevents you from getting dizzy, it looks incredibly nice, and it helps you keep your posture straight actually. That's just my own personal opinion, I suppose. But turn, and from the chest and torso, I'm going to swing with the hip to come around the foot. Do the exact same thing the other way, cock my foot, and I'm using a little flare. I don't know, it's just style or something like that. So the third turn is called a cross turn. So that means that I'm going to do a back step, or I will step across. And the point is that I now have my legs crossed. I'm going to get on the balls of my feet and bend my knees, and uncross and recross my legs by leaving both feet planted. So I prefer to do it with a back step, get on the balls of my feet and turn, and step together. Back step, turn, come together. And lastly, I think I'd like to talk about what's called circle stepping. This is another way to just take up space, and I don't exactly think I don't think we'll use it very much, but it's a very fun one to know. I learned it from Nicki Ever's Poi Chi videos. But I'm going to imagine a square on the ground, or 4 steps kind of around my body, and a space in between them all for a total of 8 spaces. And what I'm going to do is do a cross turn and then a paddle turn, and that's going to do a 90-degree rotation. So back step, I'm facing forward, back step, uncross, and then step. So what I've done is my cross turn and basically done a paddle turn around this foot, and now I've done a 180 or a 90. So now back step, uncross, step, 180, back step, uncross, step, back step, uncross, step. So like I said, the cross turn might not be the most useful. Some more notes, right? Always turn on the balls of your feet. Turning on the heels of your feet will A, cause Nicki Cacciato to want to rip your head off, especially if you teach people to do it. Second, it creates a lot of pressure here. It puts you in a very injury-prone position when you're doing your turns. Even if you bend your knee, this is just an unnecessary, unbalanced place to be. So I really want to stress doing your turns here. I want to say that that's it. Nice, sweet, short video today. Next week, patterns and terminology. And we're going to start having a lot of fun. So please stick around. Thanks so much for hanging out this long. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a good everything from now until then.